Hey! Morning. Hope you're all well. Apologies for my absence. We're getting back. We're getting back. All done for the day. I know, right? I know. I've just walked in the door. I'm alright. I'm alright. Family's well. Just a few bits to do with the kids, that's all. But everyone's alright, and that's the main thing. So, obviously our 1 hour, our 2 hour, right? 2 hours in a sequence 2. 1 hour's starting to creep. But our 3 hour is corrective bullish. And oh, I know what I've done. Hang on. There we go. Let's average. Pew, 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 pew. There's our day range. Past 2 evals today. Man, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm smashing it. When did you start them? Don't tell me you started them today as well. One F. That's one F. Not much in there. No. Let's put this back to the 1 minute. We do have, but I just don't like it. But we do have. I was doing this yesterday as well. Where are you? See how fast that's already gone weak? The age of 15k and I was all gone when they shut down, so pretty much. Hey Pickles! Monday. It's only Wednesday. That's pretty good. So, obviously we're at a 1-to-1 level. Right? We're at a 1-to-1 level. Well, we've got 10 minutes to go. So there's no way we're doing anything. I think next hour might go bullish. Let's see. Let's have a quick look at some other stuff. So if you see the new update, put it back to hour. Volume is very high at the moment. Yeah. So it's corrective, right? So it's not the greatest price action, and generally if I'm in corrective, I just usually stick to sequence 1 of the correctives. Try and avoid anything else. Try and keep to the sequence 2s, right? But you can see that we're corrective bullish on the 3 hour, corrective bullish now on the 1 hour. It's just the 2 hour. When did our 2 hour start? So it's just the beginning of our 2 hour. And here's our open price. Right? Let's go through the updates while we watch. Okay. So I have added here. I'll try and zoom in. Hang on. I'll make this higher up. No. Yeah. Go up higher. Can't see it. I've zoomed in on the algo. No. Have to do it this way. Hope you can see. So, retain previous levels just shows previous hours, right? So, if you wanted to look at how price had reacted to the levels, you can do that. You have got the ability to keep it to the current bar or extend it till the end of the period. So you can see where it ends. And then you've got the standard average, and then you've got trimmed mean, right? So let me change this. Okay. It's been a nice long, but it's against the direction. It's against what we look for, but anyway. So you can see here, right, in our data, that the 50% has a 71% probability of being hit and a 27% probability of hitting the full price, right, based on the last set of data. If we change that to average, you'll see it drops to 67, right? So trim mean, it's just getting rid of the exceptional days. It's giving you a better average. And then you can adjust what percentage. So for example, if you only want to get rid of the top 5% of data, change it to 5%, and obviously you'll see it update here. If you want to increase it to 10%, it'll get rid of the top 10% and the lowest 10%, and then give you more of a kind of realistic or a better average. So trim means just a more accurate average than average. So you get these options now added in for your extended lines. Change the current bars, change the type of calculation you're using, and adjust the percentage. And then obviously show your previous. The next update, you happy with that? That makes sense? Happy with that? Any questions on that before I move on? It'll take some tinkering. Just for the stats. Yeah, I mean, don't worry about it too much. If you don't use these levels anyway, then the update doesn't really affect you. It's more visibility, visual elements of these on that update, so don't worry about that too much. What is coming is here's my mess around one. No, not that one. Here's my mess around one. So, right. Ignore this one. Okay, so what this is showing you is on the 1 hour, right? We take the open. So if we close below the open or above the open, what's the probability of it closing bullish? So this one is above the open. So in segment 1, if we close above the open in segment 1, let me move price here. So if we close above the open in segment 1, right? This is segment 1, right? Then there is a 70% probability of closing bullish. It's an early indication. It's not a be all and end all, it's an additional confluence. In segment 2, if we close above the open, you can see the probability stays fairly consistent. And then segment 3 is where that data starts to kick in, right? So based on all of the data, if we were looking at this hour, segment 3 closed below. Of all the times it did that, there was an 84% probability of being bearish. Segment 4 closed below, 87. Segment 5 closed below. In fact, that's the open. 89%. So right now, of all the times that happens, of the 185, only just over 10% closed bullish. So right now, this is sitting in that 10%, right? As all the other times that happened, it didn't close above that open. So it's giving us, along with our other confluences, when everything's starting to stack up, right? So like these, where we've got everything aligning, algo, more data taking highs. We can look at this and go, right, we're above, I've already got, hang on, let me move along. We're above 70%, we take that high. Now this is most likely to be my low as well, right? Got double stacking of data, buy signal. So when you get like this 50% here, then this is obviously a good, as long as the algos are involved as well, it's a good trade taken as a one-to-one to take the top, right? So this opening data is just about giving you another adding of confluence, and a really easy one that you just don't need to think about, right? Just really easy. And that's all that this is showing you. So when segment 1 closed above, bullish. When segment 1 closed above, bearish. When segment 1 closed below, bullish, when segment 1 closed below, and then closed bearish, probability. So it's just collecting that data for you. And again, we can just go up the higher time frames, right? So let's go up to 3-minute chart. You can see we just collect more data. Right. So by segment 3, we've got a 77% probability of closing bullish and a 75%. So it's, you know, it's a strong enough percentage that it's a good indicator. So this is going to get added to the return to open indicator. So it'll just be another bit of data. And I think kind of once you've learned it, it's one of those passive knowledges that you can use without even having to think about it, without even having to have the indicator up, because you understand what the probability is, obviously, for the pair that you're trading, right? So if we look at CL and do the same thing, you can see obviously it's not as it's a little bit stronger at segment 3, right? So again, how different pairs react to this data. You can see gold in the first segment's not a huge advantage, but by segment 3 is. Not great on the shorts either for gold. Oh my god. So, Euro USD. I'm just going to do non-futures just for this one. Yes, you can see again on Euro, by the time we get that third segment, we're getting a 73%, 76%. So it's just another confluence, right? We don't want to see segments closing if we're bearish. We don't want to see segments closing above our open, right? So like this hour here, segment 1 closes above, segment 2 closes below, segment 3 closes below, right? It's given us that additional confluence. Interesting, that one just closed bullish. I like it. So it's just a bit of a warning. Like here you get the sell signal and you're already above the open, right? It's a warning that we've closed above here, we've closed above here. Potentially it's going to come against you. So it's just another confluence, another bit of data. Not the best data, but it's worth it. So that's why I've kept that one on, and the other one's not as valuable. So there's that, and then I tried to look at some investing for you guys, but I'm not going to go through that one now. I'll go through that one another day. But it's the Trend AI. I've added the alerts for very strong trends and very weak trends, and then I've also collected the data on the higher time frame for investing. That if you bought when the trend went very strong, what would be your total return and average return from doing that? And that's in a table so that you can go on Tesla and various other pairs and mess about with Trend AI to have it that gives you and crypto obviously as well, a place to where you can enter the trade and or start scaling in. So we've immediately taken the high of the previous hour, right? So we opened here. Now what are we expecting? Our 2-hour open is here, right? our 2 hour has switched to bullish. Our 1 hour is corrective bullish at 50%. And our 3 hour is still corrective bullish, which just means we haven't got anything aligning, which is to be expected, right? We've had a nice strong move down, right? We've corrected all the way up, and then boom, we've corrected down. So, you know, we've had a decent movement down. We're retracing it now. We don't always just continue and go on forever. So we've had 2 bearish hours. We've now taken the previous hour high. Our 2 hour is expecting bullish. And see whether that flips our 3. But it's not about rushing into a trade, right? Trend starting, we've got a transition, which is great. We want to see that close at the end of this hour. So it did close at this hour, right? So if I was to change to use real time, not use real time, or did it just close blue? Yeah. So we can't, on that you can't see. We never actually, in real time, switched red. Stayed bullish. But obviously during that move down, we went bearish and transitioned back. That's why I like real time. Can see it happening. Same thing here, right? You see that? Transition, bearish, back to bullish. Strong bullish, and we get these nice trades. So we got mixed messages on the algo. We just wait. Wait for those clean setups, right? So we are 8 minutes in. Here's our open. It's our first indication, right? Bullish, bearish. Do we close above? Do we close below? So it's the next candle. We've already returned to the open after taking the previous one's high. So that stat's done. Why have I got them on twice? Don't need that. Let's look at our daily level. So we've already reached our high probability area. And the other side as well. So we've hit both sides of distribution, right? Manipulation, and then we've come down, distributed further, but is the daily corrective? Let's have a look, because obviously if the daily's corrective, then we expect choppiness. Oh, it's bearish, but the high time frame's bullish. 50%. Yeah. So the daily's not giving us anything exciting. Algo's aren't aligning. Oh my god, done it again. So we do close below the open, right? So right now, it is more probable. Oh, I forgot to say. It is more probable that we see a bearish close, right? We also take the low. Okay. So we take the low in segment 2. So we leave the high. So it's again more likely that we're bearish because we've left the high in segment 1, 63% probability, and taken the low at a 13% probability that the low is in segment 2. So we take the low, leaving a high in segment 1. So again, we've got... Oh, where's man? My pleasure. So right now, being below, closing below the open, taking the high in segment 2. So more likely bearish being below the open. More likely bearish taking the low and the high being in segment 1. So we've got two stats giving us that more probability bearish. We've taken the high of the previous hour. So not great. We're transitioning into weak trend. We are below. And our 2 hour, which is set to end this hour, is bullish. So we got lots of mixed confluences, right? Do you think we had mixed confluences here during this? No. Very strong EMAs, market structure, algos would have been aligned. Even hourly data, right? Above the open, above the open, above the open, above the open. All the way along. Here, we're just starting a potential switch. And to be fair, it was the same thing yesterday after the open. Although did get some good trades off. It was messy yesterday after the first sort of hour of the New York Open. There was some great trades before and during, and then once we got sort of an hour and a half in, got a bit messy. Where's previous day's low? So the day before we took previous day high. So yesterday took highs, didn't take lows. Today we haven't taken the low, but we've already taken the high. Right? So we took the high. Return to open. So, yeah. Took the high, return to the open, done. So I'm just gonna be looking for a 1-to-1. Just gonna be looking to try and capture a retracement to 50% and retake the high, if it's anything, because we've got mixed. So this will be interesting because obviously, I keep saying obviously, that slap. More likely that this is our high, but we're now above the open. Got 4 minutes. I want to see that drop. Right now, I mean, I just think, personal opinion, obviously we're very bullish. We've come out of that corrective downtrend, right? Which normally means we'll see this high go. Him. But I just wonder whether we'll come down into here. Let's have a look at that VIBs on the higher time frame. So VIBs are always very useful. Let's hide our drawings. Let's clean it up a bit. Let's go up time frames. So yesterday we had that VIB where we tapped into. Yeah, where we've been hitting it. Don't quite make it down to there. We're back above this one. So maybe we might reach up here. If that goes, see us come down to here. Got nothing above, because obviously, I said it again, we just don't have anything exciting above. Messy this is. But this was the drop down, right? So, look at this drop down, and then look at all this. Not very, considering how bullish we've been, we've still not been able to recover this high. Still just sat there. So, you know, is this a bit of messing around before we continue on down? We shall see. Right now, at this current hour, in where we are, this is what we expect to see. Got 2 minutes left of this hour. If it closes, well, one really, if you count this one finishing. If it closes below the open, that's given us an additional bit of data points, which is nice. Looks like we might go. So this low, don't want to see it go yet. Want to see this candle close and then this low go. That gives us real probability for our high. Because then there's only a 6.5% probability that that's the low. For our 2 hour to close bearish, we've got to close. I'll get rid of these lines. Just don't need them. We've got to close below this. This is our 2 hour open. And this is our 1 hour open. Still weak, still below the zero line. 15-second is above, but red. Right, so we've closed below the open again. It doesn't add us that much more statistical advantage in the second segment. A few percentage more, but nothing crazy. What is a higher probability is taking that low. That gives us in a real... Where's our 3 hour? So that is interesting. So our 3 hour is bearish. And it's not even flickering. But our 3 hour opened here. Our 2 hour is bullish, saying that we're going up. And our 1 hour is 50-50, not giving us anything. Didn't see that low going. So if we're going to go long by 12, we don't expect to close above this level. Like how we just did not take that low. Held it. I mean, right now, obviously the date, I keep saying I always apologise. This goes to 73% now. It's getting higher. See now, we take that high, that's a real bullish signal. Ooh. I'll close above it. One minute is getting close to the zero line. Sat inside manipulation. Inside the manipulation zone for bullish. Inside the manipulation zone. I think volume's a bit higher at the moment though. I'm seeing that, I think average size of a candle's up, isn't it? How big are these? Yeah, I mean that's like a tight range, right? It's 164 ticks, right? Our hourly candle from top to bottom in the last hour, holy moly, it's 200 points. So volume's up. Well, we got a very strong trend. I think this high is going to go, which is a good thing. We'll see. Sequence 1 now. So see, now we're starting to see things starting to align. So it might be our next hour. On YM, YM's confirmed long. YM didn't even put in the second low and stayed super strong all the way along. Where's that setting? So that I can make all of the previous windows match whatever I select. Where is it? Where are you? No. Does anyone know where that setting is? Symbol. In the layout setup at the top. Not settings. In the layout. In the layout. Oh! When did they appear? Just so used to manually changing each one. Sometimes my stupidity hurts me. This is nice. Sequence 1 on the 2 hour. Even the 3 hour, right? Bullish. But we get strong to the higher time frames. Very nice. I mean, and we're taking highs. Look. We're in the sky. Yeah. I've already taken previous day highs straight away. That would have been a great indicator around here. Potentially looking for longs. Look at the dailies coming above. Ooh, this could go. YM over the next few days could just fucking go. Definitely looking these highs on YM. Ooh. Need to put that on. We're going to watch that. My advice. Well, the question should be, are you prop firm trading or not? Because if you're prop firm trading, you can't afford for trades to come back on you because of the profit drawdown. At which case, you want to be profiting sooner. And you also need to ask yourself what sort of psychology you've got. If you have a shit psychology at holding on to your trades, then you need to be trying to get out of your trades and be done. And maybe a 1R strategy is better for you as well, right? So it's not as simple. It's more about you as a person and less about the strategy. So forget the strategy, forget the R, focus on yourself. What's your weakness? Are you weak at holding trades? Do you fanny out when it starts going in profit? Like, where's your weakness, right? Because sometimes people's psychology is just better when they're just 1R, right? Or half an R, or they're just high win rate, get their profits, be done, and get away from the computer before they fuck up. So you have to find yourself, and then other people are better at waiting and taking higher R trades. They can handle the losses, but they're better at not over trading, that waiting for the right setup, taking the right setup, and then going for bigger moves. So, I've traded 5R strategies, 10R strategies, 3R, 2R. But they all work. They all work. It's all about how you manage the trade, manage your risk, and risk's the most important thing out of everything. The R doesn't really matter as long as you're managing your risk. So, for example, like if you're using a fixed stop loss, then you're not managing your risk, are you? You've got the same loss every time. But if I reduce my stop loss by even half, then on certain trades, I'm only risking half what I was. If I go break even, then that trade can't lose, even if it doesn't hit my target. So it's not a true indication. I think for prop firms, I think a good solid 1R strategy is a good way to go. 250 a trade, 500 a trade. Try and get your win rate to like 65, 70%, and you're killing it. I want to be done in ideally in an hour, unless I'm taking a partial and leaving it running. Yeah. It's like when I used to trade DR, right? Fucking the amount of 2R trades. Constantly do 2R, right? But I just go break even on 2R. And then I get stopped at BE. There's so, you know, like, there's so many times if I'd have, when I was trading DR, like, if I'd have just done 2R, I'd have just killed it. done a lot better. Because I was quite a good price action trader. You know? I don't like holding trades for a long time. I definitely don't like doing that. So you're looking good. Ooh. So here's the interesting thing. I was talking about you. Talking about about the setup. So CL, the way that CL moves, the 50% retracement doesn't get tagged in as much. And a lot of time on CL, it's possibly better to take it on the buy signal and have that bigger stop, because CL a lot of time will just go when it all matches. So it's really interesting, I think, kind of having this different pair 50% setup. I like this. Oh, it's already moved quite a way though. But look how bearish it is. Why have I got... Why is this here? 7th of October. Go away. I like this though. We come up into our zone. We tap our zone. Blah, 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 blah. So we are bearish, 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 higher time frame bearish. You know, that is a payday setup. Beautiful correction here, right? Look at this. Beautiful. See that? That is corrective price action at its best, right? But bullish. Choppy bullish, choppy bullish, choppy bullish. Where was the previous high? Look, here. We grab it in liquidity, which was always the it's impossible thing, right? That was my tag. Bang. That's what I used to do, like crazy trades. So here we transition bearish, but market structure and everything else, right, isn't giving you it. You haven't got everything aligning yet. But you got that beautiful corrective price action. Then you drop. And here, when you cross that zero line, this is where, when you get that hour, like, these are my early entries on here. I'd try to grab that 50% retracement, right? Bang in here, stop above. So statistically on Euro, we're still expecting that low to go. So there's still a 76% probability that the low goes. But obviously, sorry, our stop right now is quite high. So the risk to reward at the moment is not amazing. See you later, buddy. Congratulations on today. There we get the break below. Right. Everything is bearish. Our 2 hours only just started. We got ages on this, right? I'm liking Euro. Come down quite a way though.
Order filled.
Let's have a little go. See if we can take that low. Go on. We want to see this logo. Come on. Still come up higher. Close below. Did not close below. Retest. So, on the 2 hour, we've still got 95% probability of more lows, right? Here's our 2 hour open. Here's our 2 hour high. Our bearish high is only 58%. But we do have all the algos aligning. We've had quite a strong movement down already. It's whether we can see this logo. NQ starting to do something similar. I'll come back to you in 2 seconds. So we took that high, right? So NQ showing us that bullishness now. What we spoke about. But it is starting to correct a little. Let's see. We're going to stick with Euro. Negatives, we've come quite a long way already, but volume's up at the moment. We've already taken the low. We've had quite a few days in the last things where it snapped back on us. Oh, you 3 hour. Let me just put liquidity on. Where's the next low? Oh, we've taken a lot of the liquidity below already. That's the 15-minute. Okay, let's put the 5-minute on. Okay. Love this. We are late to the party. Have just taken the low. Let's zoom this out. Let's neaten this up. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so there's our low, right? There's our hourly we've just looked at. There's the low. there's our high. So what's interesting now is this is our open. So we're obviously already expecting a very bearishness. One, two, three, four in segment 5. Close below the open, so we're expecting bearishness, which means the 2 hour is only going to become higher, right? So on the 2 hour, there's now an 80% probability that our high is in. There's 50%. So how much further are we going to go? There's one. Take a partial. So we're going into segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Segment 5. Segment 5 and 6 on this hour. Beauty that we've got is the 2 hour in our favour as well, or of a new low going, right? So there's a 91% probability if this 2 hours are going to be bearish, that low's going. So that's very much in our favour. Algo, strong bearish, strong bearish, strong bearish. 74%, 72%, 75%. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. All bearish. We just got to close below that level. Come on. Close below that level. Go on. So, where are we? So, I apologise, I haven't got it on. Where is it? I need to... This was what I was looking at. So that is the trade that I was looking at, or in, if I like. In fact, you can't see it, can you? I haven't got it on. How do I put that back on? Is it that? Oh, there we go. It's back. So we want to see that logo. And there goes the low.
Order filled.
And order filled. So that takes us up to 667 today. Nice call, Pickles. Pickles. Keep calling you Pickles. That's not your name. Good call. Done, 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 done. No worries. Still time. Still time. Yeah, I was looking at this high here. Obviously, that was too high. Too high. The futures looks different, right? Because obviously this big wick here, this is what's confusing me. So on futures, that was what I used on futures. So I used there. I used that high for the one-to-one. Try it on the low. Well, it's probably on the low to tick. So our 3 hour is coming to an end as well. But our 3 hour on futures is just in segment 1. So they're going to move into segment 2. It's funny how the candles on the CFDs are different times to the futures, which is interesting. So Awanda, we're already on sequence 2, right? And that started this hour. As we're on futures, that's starting at the end of this hour. Remember, we're in a payday setup, right? So we're a continuation of a higher time frame. There is a good chance that we can continue now on this trend and might be able to pick up other trades each hour, right? There might be more opportunities for us to be able to do that. I like that. Right, so let's have a look at CL. Actually, I can do it on here, can't I? Nice transition. Still bearish. Took the high of the previous hour. Might be switching back bullish. That's corrective bullish. Let's have a look at gold. No. YM, because that's going very bullish, right? YM's looking good. Little correction coming in. Sequence 1. Oh wow, took the low. Very much like a reversal candle, right? So when you get these like this, where the high's in the middle, and we break data, these are what kind of a lot of the time your reversal candle can look like. So let's have a little sort of think about what sort of this candle is, right? So we have our body, right? And we've come up, put our wick in, and closed bearish. So you've got your strong candle up with virtually no wick. Wick and a close bearish. And then there's your other hour. And here's your fair value gap. So we might see this hour tap here. And then that's our hour, potentially here, to take that high, which would be, we're here 2 hours away, so 2 o'clock. Let's see whether you get along at 2 o'clock on YM. Understand that? This type of candle? How it fits this? Yeah, bollocks. See? Wick up, strong up, wick up, close. Fair value gap. Let's see. It's coming up there. Right. YM, I'm going to look at that over the next couple of hours. Keep an eye on it. See where NQ's at. No. It's going to annoy me constantly doing this. So end of our 3 hour, we weren't expecting obviously to close above there because the 3 hour is very bearish. Only a 5% probability of the 3 hour closing bullish. So there's our 3 hour. Our 2 hour was bullish, or our 2 hours looking like, here's our 2 hour open, the 2 hour is going to close bullish. We get a nice corrective price action here. So potentially when we start that new hour, that means that the 3 hour the probability will go up potentially. We're corrective bullish, hourly's given us nothing. 2 hour had a strong probability of being bullish, but you can see how that's a weak 2 hours. It's a weak 2 hours. So we'll see. Where is our hour 1? Hour 2. So come down, come up. It's not a strong candle, but we'll see. We have transitioned bullish. We're above the 0 line. So I'm NQ wise, I'm long, head wise. Data's starting to stack up for longs. Need to see this 3 hour end because obviously the data's holding it against it. So the open of new candles are very important. So we'll see. We're watching out on NQ. Otherwise, Euro 6B. Let's have a look at 6B. Nice. I was bearish on 6E as well this morning before I left. I think I was short around here. Is it this one? Might have been here. Looking good. High time frames all bearish. Seeing the sequence ones. Pound and euro is good. Not mad. I used to trade Forex all the time. Or is it USD JPY? Yes it is. Okay, you going bullish. Sequence 1, corrective bearish. Corrective, corrective, corrective. No, we like euro because we're in a payday. So euro's giving us the more of the strength that we want, right? Nice corrective price action. We've got 3 minutes to a new hour. We're very close to taking the low again. High is miles away. That's that low on the hourly. Here. Sorry, the previous low that we took. And you can see that when we've taken that low, we've come up. We've not even been able to make it back up there yet. Right, Mohammed. There's a nice drop down through that low. Euro. Close back above. Let's see. Close below. I think euro. It's just so beautiful. The only issue with them is the wait. Right? You're just waiting for that to happen for you. But you can see, you put your trend line on. You break your trend line. You're below the zero line. You take the previous hour's low. And here's your entry. This is the hour. Difficult to grab it here, right? Could just be like this. Here, when we cross the zero line, break the previous hour, close the hour bearish. Sequence 1 would have loaded up, or sequence 2, which is what we've got, and away you go. Super clean trade. You'd have seen this play out, gotten to here, and tried tag yourself in at this point here, stop above the high, and that would have been the trade. If you didn't take profits, then you would have been trailing, looking for this high to go. We're still expecting more lower price action, right, on euro. We're going to look, see if we can continue to take some more shorts on euro. New hour. Watch that low. Low taken. Want to see a return to the open. Oh, don't go that fast. Obviously that low's now gone. Don't need you. Corrective price action's done. We are in a payday. Let's get fucking paid. Don't care about them. JPY was corrective, and I imagine this will be corrective as well. Corrective, strong. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit earlier. It's the hour and the fact that we've been under for all this time. And when we've come under, there's your drop, and then we've fucked around. Low's already gone. 57% on our highs and lows. Want to see the 1 hour switch back to a strong as well? Maybe you could tag this. It's a bit early. But we're only 3 minutes in. It's a bit early. What's a mess? Get that chart. See the logo? Take the low. Take the low. Take the low. Looking good. That's done. Euro. Oh God. Should have left a little bit of size on. Should have left a little bit of size on. Yeah. That's what I should have done on my Euro trade. Yeah. We're only 4 minutes in. Here's the open. Just going to go to 6E. Volume's up a lot at the moment. Volume is higher. Be careful with your contract sizes because volume is higher. Man, there's some beautiful trades. Beautiful, beautiful trades. So obviously gold, messy. CL, messy. YM. Could be nice long on YM. So we've got 6 minutes in. We want to see 9 minutes in. So on Euro, if we go up to 3 minute, you can see on bearish in the first segment we get a 67% probability on our high. It's pretty good. Pretty strong. We also get on the open. So we'll look on 6E. On that data. Let's see what it gives us. $69, $73, $77. So it's all about once segment 2 closing below that open for Euro, right? Segment 2 is our open. Segment 2 is there. Oh, I really don't want to see this high go anyway. I really don't want to see this high go. What's left in the tank? What's left in the tank? Let's have a think. I might just put a low risk trade on. Keep it really low risk because I've got the nice profit, and just see if we get a big run today. We've already had a big run, but a further run.
Order filled.
We got no wick on this first candle. We've already taken lows. Yeah, can do it. Okay. Look at that fucking shot. Beautiful. We don't want to see this high go. Although we haven't got a wick, right? We close below the open. I think for me, if we close above the open in the next 9 minutes, I just close the trade out. Probably be about a $50 loss. Oh, look at that. That's fucking close. Let's look at Euro. Let's look at the CFD. CFD should have taken the top. Yeah. So you can see the obviously, so obviously we haven't got a wick on there as well. We've now put that wick in. So this will be interesting to see now that early indication. Yeah, there you go. So now we've put our low in, right? First sign of bullishness. We do have our segment 1 below the open, so we've got conflicts. We've also got our higher time frames, right? Sequence 3, 2, 2 of closing bearish. We've come a very, very long way, and we can expect a little bit of correctiveness. Do, 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 do. Let's have a look at NQ while watching that play out. So we've had our 2-hour bullish close. 3 hours now done. 1 hour's done. We got our new 1 hour open. We close above, so again already bullish. We take the high, bullish. So data wise, we get bullishness. What have we got? Sequence 1, strong bullish. Woo. Sequence 2, bullish. Sequence 3, corrective, bullish. So sequence 3 is against us. Now, sequence 3 has only just started. It's a 3-hour candle. So it doesn't mean this hour can't close bullish and then the 3-hour. We're above. But I do think we're just chopped. I just think NQ's in for a bit of chop. Maybe we'll get an opportunity, maybe a 50%er. Let's have a look. Algo is flipping back. I don't like that. It's just not as clean as Euro, right? Not as clean. Let's check YM. Close bullish on YM. There's the open. We're below the open. We take the low in segment 2. More probability of this being our high, but we are very bullish. Strong bullish, strong bullish, strong bullish. So I wouldn't hold this data accountable with the algo being that strong. But we'll see. What do we need to see? So this hour takes the high, so we're bullish. I don't see that logo. Yeah, I think it's the next hour for YM. Wait for the next hour. Euro's coming back down. If this low goes on Euro, we just get our wick. Want to see this low go? Come on, Euro. Right, we're going to let this play out. So we've got our YM in the next hour, potential long. We've got is GP, GP, yeah, GBP, JPY, yeah. Yeah. It's just a bit messier, isn't it? It's just not as clean as Euro. So we haven't put any trades on, but we've looked at a potential. Need to see that logo right here. So it's curling back round though. It's just with us already of coming down and just not being able to do anything. Just think, yeah. 6B or British pound. Again, very bearish. 6B, Euro right now are my two favourite. Then YM. So 6B, we wanted 6B to take that low. Really wanted it to take that low. It's got a really tight high. We did not take the high. Maybe let's look at let's look at it on the future. No. Same thing, right? We need to see that logo for the British pound, but probability on 6B is quite high. So we go to 6B. You can see for bearish highs we get 66%. And we've equaled their low. I'm going to put it on the other one. Yeah, with it holding that high, see it coming down and not being able to take it. As soon as that high goes, that gives you your warning that you're looking for your correctiveness back up. Need to wait a little bit longer for a continuation. We're just very, 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 very bearish. But 3 hours been bearish for a long time. Yeah. So Euro, British pound, failed to take that low. I think we'll see this being maybe our corrective time now. Maybe we'll put in a bit of correctiveness and then see some continuation. Starting to flash on here. So our dynamic TP is a warning sign, like, right? So I'm going to close that trade and look to get in a bit higher up. No worries. So $15 down. Dynamic TP's gone blue. I'm out. I'll let us do some correction and I'll get in higher up. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna look for that later on, and then I'm gonna leave the stream, leave you going. I'll be back on normal time tomorrow for a full stream, 3-4 hours online. We'll catch some more trades. $643 up. Nice call from Pickles to jump on Euro. We managed to catch that trade as we had a high probability that this low hadn't gone yet, right? This high goes, you're looking at a good probability of this correction bullish hour. We want to see this play out like this. Keep nice uniform. Maybe come back up into here, right? This level, and we'll see. We'll see. Maybe like this. Okay. Alright guys, take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. No worries.